Hi guys, so today I want to do just a little follow-up on this Diamond Press set. Diamond Press had initially sent this for my review, free of charge, and all opinions are my own. And any links in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I will make a small commission if you purchase any items through those links. And I know a lot of you guys have already been picking up a lot of the new Diamond Press sets there on HSN, so have fun, and you're going to have them, you know, in time to play along, which is going to be really great. So, for the September 11th craft show. So I made this card, and then you guys had some questions about the imprint and how deep it is and things like that. I think I showed it, but maybe I didn't show it well enough. So what I'm going to do today real quick, I thought this was kind of fun. I was having an idea last night of doing a little bit of watercoloring on this one. So again, these are the perforated background dies. And so this paper I just cut by hand, you know, not by hand, but with a guillotine. And it's basically the size of this inner portion, which is 4 1/8 and 5 3/8, just about. So just there. And then, you know, the set does come with this larger die, which is really nice for matting. If you ever just want to cut a mat that has rounded corners, you have that too. And I didn't mention the size, but you can probably tell by the size of the card. So I'm going to try to eyeball this. I think it probably makes a 4 by 5 1/4 mat. It's because I'm trying to measure the inside dimension, so it's about that size. As you can see, on a standard A2 size card, it's just on the inside, so it's about 1/4 inch all around, smaller. So on this one, I'm just going to do that. And I'm just going to run this through full plate, really cool design. And so this is the one that has that kind of little rainbow effect. Again, I forget the name of that effect there. I know with quilting they have so many different things, like the other one with the wedding ring or double wedding ring, or Dresden plates at Dresden, like there's all kinds of different quilting styles. Okay, so I'm going to bring the marquee over. And I'm just going to place this here and run that through. And then I'll try to show you the perforations a little better if need be. Now this paper is really thick. It is Crafter's Companion stamping paper. You can use watercolor for what I'm trying to do here, but I just figured let's keep it simple. And so pretty. Okay. Oh my gosh. Let me clear this area and show you a little bit. Okay. So hopefully you can see that design. It's little punch holes and they go all the way through. Let me get a little bit closer. It's very visible in real life. My husband had seen the card sitting here and he's like, that is cool. I was like, oh, even he noticed it's something different, right? Very different style. And on the back, hopefully you can see how it's raised because it's been pushed through obviously from the front to the back. So I can feel this and you can hear it like sandpaper, and this side is smooth, like quilted, like just really, really cool. And then people are asking how far through it goes, or I'm just trying to see if I have a candle or something. Let me see if I have a little candle or something I can light up so that you can kind of see through it. We'll see. Most of the lights out. I got these little candles at Hobby Lobby. Let me see if I can. Oh, cool. I never used them before. And see if we can see through these. Yeah, there you go. So if you really wanted to make like some cute little light, you can have the light come through there. Isn't that sweet? Like a little project. Oh my gosh. Obviously it wouldn't be this way because that's opposite, but, or in the other direction. But again, we have the leaf one. So cool. Really fun. Okay, let me get together what I was going to do with it, and we'll put together some kind of card. So what I wanted to do is just do some watercoloring on this, and we'll see how it turns out. I have an idea, and I want it down here in this area. So I'm going to grab my watercolors here and just go to town. Whatever colors, I kind of want it rainbow order-ish if I can get it that way, but that's not the biggest deal. I just figured it looks like little rainbows, and also I like rainbow order, so why not? Okay. So I'm just going to take a wash brush. This is actually not a wash brush. This is a 1-inch plaid brush from the company Plaid, and it's really meant for one-stroke paintings. That's where I got this many, many years ago when I was into that. Okay, so let's start with some, well, you know what, actually I want to wet this a little bit because I do want it to kind of just do its own thing. So let me start with some red. Oh, so pretty. Go into some orange. some yellow. So that's what I wanted to see, is that it goes into those little recesses. Roy G would be green. I still have to think Roy G Biv. Blue. Let me see what blue is pretty. Cerulean blue. And then some purple. Oh, that purple's almost blue. Okay. That's what I want. I do not want this to mix and make brown here, so I'm going to sop that up a little bit. So pretty. I go back and get some of that red. And I'm going with a second coat, not really, a little bit drier than the first, just to add more color. Again, keep the yellow and the green kind of separate from that orange, because you're going to start getting mud as it will. Okay, I think that's good. I just want a little something, and then we're just going to put some kind of topper. I think maybe I'll use the Rejoice Sentiments to add a topper here. Just soften that a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to hit this with the heat tool just to dry it faster, and I will be right back. Okay, so I've done this in the past. I really like black with like a rainbow feel, so I'm just going to take a 5.5 by 8.5 piece of paper, your standard A2 size card, and just give it a little crease there. I'm going to put this on top so there's just a little bit of edge all around. This is not quite dry yet, but I still have to do another little something with another thing I have to dry, so that's not too big a deal. So I'm going to use, again, the Rejoice Sentiments, and I have Fear Not, You Are Mine, and I really like that, and I like the way it looks with that rainbow, I think. So what I'm going to do is cut the background out in black, and then I'm going to cut out the letters in the same stamping paper, a nice thick heavyweight paper. Again, you can use watercolor paper however you want. So I'm going to cut that out in just a second. But first I'm going to cut out the letters, here are the words, out of this paper. And I'm going to cut it first and then watercolor it, but if you think you want to watercolor your paper first and then cut it, do whatever you like. But I'm just going to cut this out just like this. And again, if you want to just put down some color on your watercolor, on your paper, then cut it, you know, dry it, or wait, and then cut it out. But yeah, no, I'm going to take it out. I was saying maybe I could just leave it there and work with it that way, but the reason I want to do it is just so I can control where the colors are. But if I just throw down colors on the paper before I cut, I don't really know where I'm placing the color. This is so nice. Ooh, I can imagine cutting out a few layers and stacking them on top of each other. It'll be nice and thick. That one goes up in here, so you want to be very gentle with this. There we go. And right into those lovely little soft words there. Poke out these other pieces. And never fails, I always forget to poke out something. Something will still be there. Let's go. Here we go. So I think the pokey tools right now, these tacky tools, are sold out on mydiamondpress.com, but you can check there, and they're available on HSN at the moment. Okay, and again, I'm just going to bring this back. And just because I wanted to kind of mimic what's going on in the background and not be too plain, I was thinking if you just use a solid color, it just takes away from the artsy nature of whatever we had done on the base. You know what I'm saying? If I just was to do red or pink or something. So I'm just going to come in and grab some of the color. Again, not too wet because I don't want these to warp too much, but I do want them to change color a little bit. Yellow, Some green, a little more green. That gorgeous blue. And then some purple. A little more of that. Let me see what that looks like. Okay, I'm happy with that. So I'm trying to leave some white spots just so it kind of, you can see a little more, right? If it was just all dark color, it might not be as noticeable. So you want to leave a little bit of white kind of peeking through. And I'm going to hit this with a heat tool too, and we'll put our card together. Okay, this is pretty much dry. Again, we didn't wet this first and then put the color and then wet it again, so it doesn't get too wet. I am going to put some tacky glue on the back of my hand. And again, just get that all over this. If you need to get more down, put more. We really want this to stick down. And then, oh, there goes the other one. Wait, hold on. Which way is this going? Oh, there we go. I was like, I know I cut it. Obviously, there's a right side. I just had it backwards. Okay. And I always like to hold that down. Look how pretty the black just makes it pop. Love it. And one thing before we put everything together is I know we like to, one last artsy thing I like to do is just kind of sprinkle this with like some black or something. So let me grab that. And I always use like a little thin brush, and I usually have one sitting around here. Where is it? Where is it? Literally anything. Oh, maybe this one. It's just small. I just want something. I usually like them to be a little bit longer because that way I can control it better. But just nice watery stuff, and just get it flicking. See, it's not watery enough. There we go. I do like larger flicks, but this is a very small little brush. So maybe I have to actually, no, let me get some more water. That's enough. I just kind of put it down here in this area. Again, I like a longer brush that's kind of thin and like easy to manipulate. Whenever you put water on it, it just flicks and it just moves because it's so floppy, right? Okay, I'm gonna let this dry. But in the meantime, we have our card base, and I will put that together and we'll be done. I do want to show you one thing is on the back. I don't know if you can see. You can kind of see the colors coming through. Wouldn't that be cute if you did the whole thing in like a rainbow and then use this, the subtle backside of it as your background? Because you can see it. Very interesting. And then maybe you want to get a little bit more wet. I kind of kept it a little bit wet, a little bit dry, so I can manipulate it but not get it, you know, totally soaking through everything. But I do want to show you how it catches in those little perforations and it makes it deeper in some areas. So that's all I was trying to do. Okay, there is a lot of movement or perforation on this backside, so I'm going to add a little bit of glue too, just to keep it down in case that dry glue doesn't quite catch it. And this one's going to be right in the center here, very little room around the edges, so I want to see if I can get that. That looks pretty good. I'm going to turn it over like I always do and massage it. And I'll be right back. I just like to rub the back so it really stays down flat, especially after using watercolor. A lot of times your card wants to buckle and do funny things. Alright. And then we have this little guy right here. So pretty. My 3D glue gel is almost all gone. Let me see if I have enough in here to pop it up. If not, I'll get out some other type of thing to help me pop this up. Yeah, it's going to be the end of it. And if you like to, you know, add a little more, you got your whatever little embellishments you like to use on top of that, but that's really pretty. So that's that. So hopefully I answered some of your questions I had seen about the perforated background. Some people were like, oh, okay, I just bought it, you know, or some people were wondering different things even though they did buy it, or just they wanted to see it, you know, if the light does go through, different ways of using it, how rough or how deep the perforation goes. So I just want to show you guys a little more about that. Hopefully you like this quick tutorial. Links are in the description box, and I will see you guys at the next one. Bye now.